The sky above Battleworld crackles with power. Lightning tears open the clouds, revealing fragments of broken realities. On the ground below, two forces gather, each believing they alone can save what's left of existence. On one side stand the Avengers. Iron Man's armor gleams, repulsors primed. Thor spins Mjolnir, thunder answering his call. Captain America's shield catches the light, a perfect circle of resolve. Black Panther crouches, claws extended. Scarlet Witch whispers spells, twisting the air itself. Earth's mightiest heroes, forged to protect a fragile planet, now staring down a challenge bigger than anything they've faced. Opposite them, the X-Men. Cyclops, visor glowing red, leads with the poise of a field general. Storm floats above, eyes white with lightning. Wolverine unsheaths adamantium claws, a low growl rumbling in his throat. Jean Grey stands at the center, her aura flickering with the hint of the Phoenix Force. These aren't just mutants. They're survivors of every war humankind has thrown at them. And somewhere above them all, on his patchwork throne, sits Dr. Doom, the god of this fractured world. He watches with cold amusement as two of Earth's greatest legacies prepare to tear each other apart. It wasn't always like this. Once, the Avengers and X-Men fought together. Against Ultron, Kong, the Skrulls, even Thanos. They saved each other's lives more times than anyone can count. But the Secret Wars changed everything. When the multiverse collapsed, Doom remade reality in his image. Heroes woke up in new kingdoms, their histories rewritten. Old friendships faded into half-remembered dreams. And whispers spread through Battleworld. Only one faction could truly protect what little remained. For the Avengers, the mutants were a risk, too unpredictable, too divided by their own cause. For the X-Men, the Avengers were tyrants, protectors who always seemed to choose order over freedom. That spark of mistrust became a wildfire. And now, on this jagged battlefield, there's no going back. The first blow doesn't come from rage, but from strategy. Iron Man launches a volley of micromissiles, testing the mutants' reflexes. Cyclops counters with a precision optic blast, carving a line through the dirt. Thor charges, hammer spinning, as Storm rises to meet him in the sky, thunder against thunder. Below, Wolverine lunges for Captain America, claws clashing with vibranium. Scarlet Witch and Jean Grey lock eyes. Magic against telepathy, each probing the other's mind. And Black Panther vanishes into the shadows, hunting an opening against Beast and Colossus. Every clash shakes the earth. Every strike is a story. Every counter a reminder of years spent fighting side by side, and how fragile alliances can be. But even as they fight, questions linger. Are they enemies, or pawns in a larger game? Is Doom watching for amusement, or is he testing which team deserves a place in his new order? The thought gnaws at Captain America as he blocks Wolverine's next swipe. It troubles Jean Grey as she holds back Wanda's chaos energy. Even Thor, as lightning explodes around him, wonders if this war is just another trap laid by the man who calls himself a god. And yet, none of them can stop. Because in Battleworld, hesitation means death. And somewhere, just beyond the horizon, lies the truth behind this conflict. A truth neither side is ready to face. The battle rages on, but something shifts beneath the surface. Amid the clash of thunder and optic fire, an unease creeps through the ranks. Doom's statues loom from the cliffs, their carved eyes watching every move. A storm of raw power churns overhead, swallowing the sky in black and violet. Iron Man recalibrates his sensors mid-flight. He's reading energy spikes far beyond mutant or Avenger signatures. Before he can warn the others, a shockwave rips through the field, hurling bodies aside like rag dolls. At its center stands Magneto, helmet gleaming, surrounded by a halo of warped metal. He isn't here to choose a side. He's here for the prize Doom hides behind this war, a relic rumored to hold fragments of the original multiverse. Its power could resurrect lost worlds or unmake everything. Cyclops tightens his stance, but Jean feels it first, a tremor in Magneto's mind. He's desperate, convinced only mutants can guard reality's spark. And in that moment, she hesitates, just long enough for the battlefield to fracture. Black Panther lunges, claws skidding across Magneto's magnetic shield. Thor hurls Mjolnir, only for the hammer to veer off course, pulled by an invisible current. Storm rises, winds howling, her voice sharp with warning. He'll tear this realm apart. Across the field, Wolverine and Captain America trade blows, their fight slowing as a new threat becomes clear. Even Scarlet, which drops her spell mid-incantation, eyes narrowing at Magneto's growing storm of debris. But Doom's world has more players. A sudden roar splits the air as a hulking shadow bursts through a rift. Hulk, patched with scars from countless arenas. He doesn't care for sides or strategy. He only knows the scent of battle. With one leap, he smashes into both Beast and Iron Man, scattering them like toys. In the chaos, hidden alliances come alive. Rogue intercepts Hulk mid-swing, absorbing a sliver of his strength. Spider-Man, pulled from another corner of Battle World, swings in, webbing Magneto's gauntlets before disappearing back into the maze of ruins. Even Deadpool, of all people, drops in with a casual wave, joking about secret cameos while firing at stray sentinels crawling from the sand. Through it all, Captain America senses the heart of the storm. This fight isn't about old grudges or fractured loyalty. It's about who will control the power shaping every reality. And Doom, ever patient, waits behind the curtain, letting egos feed his game. A blinding flash erupts as Magneto channels the relic's hidden energy. Stone cracks, air warps, and gravity twists around him. The combatants are dragged toward the epicenter, clinging to the ground or taking flight to resist the pull. Thor cries out, summoning the sky itself, while Storm mirrors him, weaving lightning through magnetism. Jean Grey steps forward, psychic flames igniting behind her eyes. Scarlet Witch lifts her hands, threads of chaos curling around her fingers. Two forces, mutant telepathy and wild magic, interlace, forming a shield that presses back Magneto's tide. For an instant, the battlefield falls silent. Everyone feels the same truth settle in their bones. Their war is feeding something darker. Doom doesn't need to strike. He only needs to watch them destroy each other. Iron Man's voice cuts through the haze, urgent and metallic. If we don't end this, Battleworld ends with us. But even as reason claws for ground, fists tighten, eyes blaze, and the pull of destiny drags them toward another clash. Because stopping means trusting old rivals, something none of them have fully learned how to do. Above, Doom reclines on his throne, fingers steepled, a faint smile hidden beneath his mask. To him, every moment is a test. Who deserves the power to remake existence? Who will burn in the proving ground? The answer lies just beyond this storm, and it will demand more than strength. A low rumble spreads through Battleworld, deeper than any quake. The fractured plains tremble, and towers of ancient stone tilt toward the abyss. Every hero and mutant freezes, eyes drawn to the sky as it splits open with a green-white glare. From the rift descends Dr. Doom, cloak billowing, hands raised as if pulling strings only he can see. The air hums with authority. Even the Hulk hesitates mid-swing. Doom's voice booms across the arena, calm and terrible. You fight for scraps, yet none grasp the true prize. The ground reshapes beneath them, forming a colossal platform of black steel. Pieces of shattered realms float above, orbiting like moons around a dead sun. Doom's mask gleams, reflecting every terrified face. He unveils a sphere of pure energy, the heart of Battleworld, forged from the remains of entire universes. This power, he says, is mine to bestow or erase. A single gesture and reality flickers. For a heartbeat, Iron Man sees a world where the Avengers never formed. Jean glimpses an Earth where mutants rule unchecked. Cap watches a version of himself still frozen in ice. Shazam's thunder crashes from somewhere beyond the storm, though he doesn't belong here. Even his presence seems warped by the heart's pull, proof that Doom's reach knows no boundaries. Cyclops clenches his fists, visor glowing. We stop him now, or none of this matters. But Magneto, eyes fixed on the sphere, whispers that perhaps Doom is right. Perhaps one guiding hand could mend every fracture. Old wounds tear open again, feeding mistrust. Black Panther moves first, springing across the platform. His claws spark against Doom's force field. Thor follows with Mjolnir, lightning cascading in sheets of silver. Scarlet Witch focuses, red runes weaving around her palms as she bends probability itself. Together they hammer Doom's barrier, each blow shaking the platform. But Doom absorbs their strength, turning it back with contemptuous ease. He raises the heart, and waves of raw creation roll outward, distorting everything they touch. Spider-Man clings to a shard of floating masonry as gravity flips. Wolverine digs his claws into the steel, growling through gritted teeth. Then, from the shadows, Rogue emerges carrying an unconscious Hulk, drained just enough for her to wield his might. She leaps, channeling that strength into a strike so fierce it cracks Doom's defense. Jean seizes the opening, her mind flaring like a sun, guiding the others to press forward. Lightning, claws, adamantium, iron, chaos energy, all converge in a single surge. The heart pulses wildly, threatening to shatter. Doom staggers, a rare crack in his perfect composure. For a moment, the heroes see him not as an untouchable tyrant, but as a man holding too much power. He hesitates, weighing dominion against destruction. And that hesitation costs him. Cap steps through the smoke, shield raised high. With a steady voice he calls for unity, not vengeance. It's enough to remind every fighter why they came here. They close ranks, forcing Doom back toward the trembling core. Doom roars, launching a final storm of energy. The platform splits, hurling shards into a void that wasn't there moments ago. But the combined force of Avengers, mutants, and rogues holds firm. Scarlet Witch utters a last incantation, binding the heart in a scarlet cage, while Jean seals its mindscape with psychic fire. Light erupts, blinding and absolute. When vision returns, Doom lies fallen, the heart dimmed to a harmless crystal. Battleworld steadies, its jagged horizon softening into quiet plains. The victors stand in uneasy silence. No cheers, no triumph. Only the weight of what they almost lost. Some glance at the heart, tempted by its promise. Others turn away, unwilling to risk another war for control. At last, Black Panther lifts the crystal, swearing to guard it where no hand, hero or villain, may ever reach. But even as they leave the platform, fragments of the heart's glow slip back into the sky, hinting that its story isn't finished. High above, a single figure watches from beyond the veil, cloaked in silver and stars. The Beyonder smiles faintly, as if this entire conflict were merely the opening act of something far greater.